Does size matter?
It seems like current motoculture really cares about horsepower, torque, top speed, 0 to 60, and maybe some charging ports and Bluetooth, stuff like that. And I think that kind of makes us fall into this bigger bike trap where basically we're chasing specs instead of experience, and you're never going to be satisfied with your current bike because you're chasing specs. So maybe you buy the bike you've wanted, but you're looking at specs and you say, oh, this one, it's got 40 horsepower and that's great, but this other bike has 50 horsepower and its top speed is just a little bit better. I want that bike now. And then eventually you get that bike, but you realize, oh, there's this other bike, it's got even more top speed and the torque on it is insane, and it's got more horsepower. Man, if I only had that bike, then I would be happy and I would have a good motorcycle. I'd be like a badass motorcycle guy. And then you get that bike, and then you realize, oh no, there's another bike, and it goes on and on and on, and you're never happy. You're never engaged in the current bike that you have. You're always evaluating your current bike instead of just being content with it and being happy. And I get dreaming. I dream about bikes all the time. Boy, if I could have a Harley, a 48, Sportster 48, or any of those older bikes, the old FLHs, that would be awesome. But it's not necessarily because of the specs. It's because of the idea of that bike. It's the vibe of the bike. It's what it represents, not necessarily what it actually is. It makes me kind of wonder, are we just chasing status, spec status, instead of being happy with what we have? And I always laugh too, because no matter how much horsepower, how much torque, whatever top speed you have to ride within the legal limits anyways. If it's a 35 mile per hour zone, you're going 35 miles per hour. But that being said, I don't want to talk about what's wrong with big bikes, because in a lot of ways big bikes are great for certain things and small bikes are great for others, but I want to talk about what small bikes do right. And for me personally, from experience now, they're simple machines and they're simple to work on and they're cheap. Well, they're less expensive. It's an easier barrier to entry, right? You don't have to spend $10,000 on a bike to have fun. You can spend $1,250 on a bike. Granted, you're gonna have to work on it, but it's easy to work on. So that's a really positive thing about small bikes. Not to mention they're lightweight, they're nimble, you can just flick it in and out of traffic like it's no big deal. With a bike like this, you can go full throttle and not worry about the cops like you're in GTA 6 or something. In a lot of ways, because the bike is so small, I really do feel connected to the road more than a larger bike that separates you from the road. It's not like it's a car or anything where you're inside a cage basically and you're completely disconnected from the road on a large bike. But on a smaller bike, it's literally less stuff between you and the road. So I think in a lot of ways you experience the road more. Whether that's good or bad, for me personally, I enjoy that. It almost reminds me of when you're a kid and you're pretending you have a lightsaber, but really it's a stick. The stick holds no value, right? All the stick does is allow you to create, play, and engage fully, be fully immersed in this world that you've built. And it's not a $300 item that you have. It's a stick, so it's not about the stick, it's about the play. And I feel the same way about the bike. It's not about how small or big the bike is, it's about how much fun you're having and the enjoyment of that and being immersed in the enjoyment of it. And really, I'm not saying that small bikes are better than big bikes. I'm not saying big bikes are better than small bikes. I'm saying that each bike has its own purpose. And I think we should just continue to ask ourselves, what do I need out of this bike? Not necessarily, what's the next bike that's a step up? A good way to put it is, if I'm gonna ride from LA to Chicago, I do not want to take my Bullet 500, although I could. And if I'm gonna cruise from my house to a coffee shop, I'd rather take the Bullet 500 and not a Road King. You can do both You could take the Bullet to Chicago, you could take the Road King to the coffee shop. Maybe ultimately we should stop asking, is this motorcycle enough for me? And start asking, am I having fun? Hey guys, if you made it this far, I really appreciate you watching all the way through. It honestly means a lot. If you have anything that you thought about during the video, feel free to leave a comment. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts about it all. And again, thanks for watching. If you really enjoyed it, go ahead and click subscribe. So we'll see you next time. See you guys.